It's too real, Lord.
The words nothing short of masterful.
Amazing.
Brought the spirit of the avenue. They try to smear your character for doing what you had to do. Like once you gain success, you should abandon from the land you grew. I tip my hat to you for always standing true. Tap the bottle, twist the cap, proceed to pass a brew. A swig upon the ground is how we bound to give our dap to you. Spray a mural on the wall for those that's passing through. A pessimist that's starting to realize the glass is halfway full. Drag a pull up
Welcome back. Part 2 of the Hip Hop Advocate Show.
Yeah.
With Erupt.
De la music.
And we in the building with our boy Lexnyre.
Yeah.
We over here, you know, we've been going back.
Memory
lane, doing a little pop trivia, working the brain. I didn't mean for that to rhyme again, but it's going to keep rhyming. It's been a hell of a show so far, and we got a lot more to come for you. I could tell that you constantly always working on new stuff. You got anything, you know, that's about to drop that's coming out?
Yeah, so matter of fact, I got a joint dropping. It's called The Best Language. It's a solo project I've been working on for some time.
Nice.
Yeah, real excited to get it out there, man. It was just it was actually something that like I had just been working on tracks randomly. I like the vibe that I was in. I was in a good space creatively. And I didn't really know exactly how I was going to tie everything together. And I was listening to an interview one day of with the late Clark Kent, rest in peace, DJ Clark Kent.
Man.
Rest in peace.
And they had asked him about, you know, basically what music meant to him. And he set it off with music is the best language ever created. And he went on to talk about, you know, just kind of like the power that music holds in his life. And it just sparked something in me that kind of like brought everything full circle from what I had been doing creatively. I felt like I was in a good space. So, I mean, that just kind of kept me inspired, and I ran with that for the album title. So that's inspired by the late, great Clark Kent.
Dope.
And, yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to putting that out there for people to consume.
Hell, man. Dope.
And tag us, man. We'll promote it. We'll help with the rollout for sure.
Definitely, yeah. No, I'll let y'all hear a little advance of it too. You know.
Yeah, no, we did. You played something for us.
Yes,
Sneak
sir.
peek.
And when we done, we're gonna hear some more.
Yeah, that's right.
Finish hearing it. Nah, it just sounded good. That's one thing. Like listening to your whole music catalog. I want to make mention of this. Is, you know, you gotta, you know, especially lately, the more recent stuff. Like you got like a real jazzy, like the production you select. It's real, like, you know, it has like a good, like, jazzy, you know, like just chill, laid back feel to it.
Yeah.
With fucking, you know, like
That's like his persona.
yeah. And then the rhymes is like, yo, elevated to another level. Like they take that smooth laid back feel from the beat, and then you just kicking like and that's one thing about, and I want to make this clear, right? This Lex spits, you know, grown man rap.
Yeah.
Not no kid shit. Not no talking nonsense. Not that killer. None of that bullshit. Like you like, there's a lot of wisdom and I want to say like guidance.
Reality raps, goddammit.
You know, it's like you know, you're just trying to like
Absolutely.
talk to people like, you know, how what life is really about. There's no bullshit in the shit that you talk about in your rhymes.
Yeah, I like to make my shit conversational. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's got to be relative to what I'm going through in my life to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a time and place. There's a time to flex. You know what I'm saying? There's certain production that demands, you know, a little more of the braggadocio shit. But for me personally, you know what I'm saying? Like it's I feel like I'm in my best space when I'm saying the same things that I want to say in conversation in my music.
I like that, and that's when I got that. You know, just from talking to you, conversating with you, like it's all coming together. Like just the way the music, the way you put your rhymes together.
You picking up what he's putting down?
Yeah, I'm picking it up, putting down, kid.
And one thing that we picked up too was last time we seen you was at the Secret Pour.
Yeah,
and
Yes,
I wanted
sir.
to we spoke about that last week, but I wanted to get more into that about that show. Like E said, Craig G was there.
Right.
A few more people that
FU
man, he killed the stage as well. You killed the stage.
Lifelong hosted it. Just P.
P. Talk a little bit about that, man.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, so I'll start off with anytime I talk about the Secret Pour, particularly. I know there's a few things that they do at that venue at this stage, but over the last couple of years, the A-list showcase has been going on monthly at the Secret Pour, and that's ran by the Sessions crew, which is my man Lifelong, Poet Substratum, Respect the God, you know what I'm saying, my man Cut Supreme. And you know what I'm saying, there's just a good community of people that
Cut Supreme too. He's a little DJ. He be driving.
Cut's the homie.
He's
Cut's
dope.
actually he did some cuts on the best language actually. So
nice.
he's he did something for that project. Also one of the other DJs that's there regularly, DJ Afar. Sometimes he be spinning on the outside. He did some cuts for me on that joint too, on a joint with a Pawnee Be Fly MC. So like, I'm real happy to put that project out. But just, I mean, it speaks to the community. You know what I mean? Like that whole circle that we have going on there. Shout outs to the A-List Sessions crew. For being consistent with it and you know, like just always having good energy in there, always having a good vibe. When
always
we go out to that
positive up
spot.
in there.
Exactly. It's
We've
always
been there a few
positive
times,
in there.
so it's always been dope. Always been dope.
Always a good time. Always a good vibe.
We had to jump on the stage while we was over there too, man.
And shout outs to Just P too, who was involved with putting that last event together. It was called Low Flows. So you know, there was a lot of polo heads in the crowd. And shout outs to Just P. He's also on the best language with my man GS Advance on the same track with Cut Supreme. So
For sure.
Yeah, he's actually dope. Actually, he got a track, Chopped Cheese, I think.
Yeah.
I've been bumping that shit. That's just dope. I've been bumping that track all week, yo.
Just a homie, man. Like I
He's
definitely, I've been in tune with that brother for a long time, man. He's a good dude.
Hell, man.
All right.
Let's show him a little clip of what we saw.
Check it out.
About to start it off with the showcase. Y'all ready for the show? If y'all want some show, say give me some show. Give me some show. Make some noise for yourselves, y'all. Come on, y'all. When I say hip, y'all say hop. Hip, hop. Hip, hop. Hip, hop. All right, I think we ready. Frank G in the building. Let's go, y'all.
So I'm stepping in, they kept wrecking window. My next of kin have been checked to spin them accident.
I ain't trying here, I gotta eat too shit. Me and my niggas been here, what you gonna do?
My thirst for knowledge can swallow a waterfall. My squad so hard that every single bar is like talking to God.
Making moves, day to night, night to day. 24/7, I'm living, looking every way. For niggas trying to stop me from trying to get paid. It's cold out there. One slip, you catch a fade. I caught the wave on the page, writing my script. He's a stand-up nigga that'll put you down quick.
Come
Trying
on.
to live, that shit could be very costly.
Yo, the break the class and then the back to the clock is ticking. That our music been about the opposition. But I'm moving with the unit, yo, we all connected. Coming on the movement, if you rockin' with it, that's my proposition. That's a promise, don't believe it. The school of hard knocks, yes, we all attended. How we move on the block, yeah, it's a lot different. We pursue on the top, while y'all not existing.
And that was the clip of the Secret Pour. Amazing,
dope.
amazing artist,
Ill
amazing
night.
time, amazing night. My man Rub had to jump on the stage. I followed after. God damn it.
We'll be back.
Y'all killed it too, man, when you got on the stage. I think it was during Kelsey's beat says.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
has
got
some
I got a little fucked up because he went on and I wanted to jump on the same beat that he was on, and then as soon as I jumped up there, the beat like
Just switch.
switched
slow
up, and I
shit.
was there
It was
trying
slow.
to catch it. I'm like, damn, shit fucking me up.
It was slow paced.
I'm very picky with beats. Like I'm a fucking beat head, and I'm very picky with them. Man. I won't just rhyme on any beat. And that one, I was like, damn, I was trying to find it, and then I
in
went.
a cipher that shit could switch at any
I think I got
moment,
like
bro.
6 bars in, and I was just like, fuck it. And you know what it is? I was trying to spit some written shit. I should have just freestyled. I should just went off top. That's what, and I think that's what fucked me up because I was trying to spit some written shit.
Right. That's when the beat switch really fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
if you
trying to catch
freestyle,
the
you just
tempo.
ride whatever way that the beat
Go over there, you
Yeah.
fucking get lost in that shit. That's the way I should have went.
Yeah.
Next time, I got ya.
We're talking about all of this
sharp.
performing, all about being on stage. You know, we're talking about music. We're talking about rhyming. We're talking about this. Yo, we just talking and Rob.
Let's walk it.
We're going to walk the walk?
Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. You heard?
Woo!
It's Lexnyre on the motherfucking mic with the motherfucking advocate.
Die young. It just be way too true. It's too real, Lord. The words nothing short of masterful. Brought the spirit of the avenue. They try to smear your character for doing what you had to do. Like once you gain success, you should abandon from the land you grew. I tip my hat to you for always standing true. Tap the bottle, twist the cap, proceed to pass a brew. A swig upon the ground is how we bound to give our dap to you. Spray a mural on the wall for those that's passing through. A pessimist that's starting to realize the glass is halfway full. Drag a pull-up off his cone that I done packed with gas and turn your records up a little louder in your aftermath. Have to blast them towards the heavens to reciprocate the shit you say may be taken for granted as you live today. See, I won't give away the secrets to the recipe, but soaking in the wisdom of the greats create the best in me. No less of me when I'm inspired by the treasury, empowered by the wealth of utter brilliance I've been blessed to see. Separately from all this wonderment you left us with, extend my sympathies. I pray your family reap the benefits. More than music, there was honor in your etiquette, a priceless attribute when you combine it with a clever wit. It's like you never get the roses till your spirit rise. Epitomize the value of your truth because they're living lies. Legitimize that they can see the hunger in your eyes. Yeah, life is hard, but while you're living, no one sympathize. It's like you gotta lose something you have to know it's worth. Time flies, try not to blink as children grow in spurts. Roam the earth, steady reaping what we sow in dirt. Keeping grounded be the motive, dig your toes in turf. Show it first if it's something you intend to prove. Wanna win, you gotta be prepared to bend the rules. Jot a message, hit record, that's how I send it through. What you're willing to invest begins and ends with you. Appreciate the gifts you share with us. Your spirit lives within the lyrics cause you cared enough. And I just wanna thank you for that. Word up.
And we're back. Yo, Lex, you fucking killed it, man. Good shit, my man.
Worked up a sweat, kid.
Worked up. So real quick, talk about that song.
So yeah, that song is produced by my man Trey 8. It's called Who. It's actually a track that you know, I had been kind of just we've seen a lot of loss recently. Just, you know, good artists passing away. And that particular track was really just me wanting to pay some respects to folks that influenced me, and just kind of acknowledge you know, that what they were doing is something that as an artist I recognized and respected from maybe a little bit of a different perspective than your average listener. That shit was inspirational to me. You know what I mean? So I had a couple of people in mind actually when I wrote that track.
That's one thing, man. Like a lot of legends. We've been losing a lot of legends lately.
We have.
But you know, hip hop is at an age now where, you know, it's already what? We just had the 50th anniversary.
Right.
Right. You know, now we're starting to, you know, a lot of the people that we grew up listening to already reaching their,
yeah,
you know,
in their 50s rapping and
50s,
you know, like
60s,
we corner
early
on it.
60s,
Mm-hmm.
and to continue, especially to continue, you know, on you know, be out there and show, you know, doing shows and all that. It takes a lot of energy, and health is wealth, man.
Yep.
Health is wealth, and that's more valuable than anything in this world is your health. That shit is important. And, you know, to continue, you know, especially, you know, I'm sure they was doing it when they was young, you know, on the road, eating fast food. I think we was talking about that with Cruz, right? With Cruz, we was talking about that, like, just being on the road and traveling, like, you know, the whole,
garbage.
like, the diet, the diet when you're out there on the road, like, you eating right, you know, like, especially if you not, you know, on that level of the fucking, the you know, when you eating at a fucking nice, clean restaurant, you know, you got to eat fast food and shit just to get you by.
And you don't even, and you don't know where the good spots are. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're not stopping in the health food market. You know what I'm saying? You're taking what's available. So yeah, and I mean, when you consider the age that a lot of these people were when they started rhyming, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of get into an industry and kind of get thrown into the fire at a young age.
Yeah.
And you know, you got to kind of learn how to adapt, and you grow up with the shit, and it's easy to form bad habits in that atmosphere.
It's not like athletes.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Like athletes, like,
you gotta be on top of
you gotta
your
be
health.
fit.
Right.
You gotta stay. You know, you gotta stay healthy. They got fucking cooks. They got high
Music
cooks
scene
and
is
shit.
sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Exactly.
Right?
It's a whole different
Personal
world.
chef flow. Yeah, I know you've been studying Lex and his music? You've been looking through it with a magnifying glass.
I've been snooping around.
Is there any like bars in particular that stood out that you wanna challenge your boy to?
Definitely. I found some ill bars, some ill tracks. A lot of music. I added a lot of music. Like I said, my favorite part. This is probably my favorite part of when we have artists on the show is when I, research their catalog. That's my favorite part because I find new music to add to my playlist, and I found a few on your catalog that is gonna be on rotation moving forward. And this right here is Bars with Lex. I wrote down some rhymes and just need you to guess the name of the song those rhymes are from.
Okay. Yeah, I got a big catalog, man.
These are your rhymes.
I'm eager to hear what you came up with.
All right, let's go. The first one goes.
Get him.
Some people gonna tell you how to go about your business. Tell them to mind their own and fall back and bear witness. That ain't the same. That criticism. That ain't to say that criticism can be constructive. But telling folks how you would do them
just ain't productive.
What's the name of that track?
Telling folks how you would do them just ain't productive. Holy shit! Wow.
So he knows the bars.
I know the
He
rhymes,
knew the
but
rhymes.
I can't place the track. Wow, that's wild, son.
Let me know. I got you.
Yeah, I got a deep catalog. I'm gonna need your assist on this one. Shit.
Is he gonna get extra partial credit?
We'll get because he knew the rhyme.
Yeah,
Hell
if
yeah.
you give
Because
me a
I be
hit.
forgetting my own rhymes. Shit. The name of the track is Put Jewels on It.
That's on the Alex album.
Alex
yeah,
album.
yeah. Put jewels on it. Yeah, I did the cuts on that record.
Now, trust me, and I don't pick. And that's the thing about me. I don't pick shit that's like the first 2-3 bars that you spit.
Right,
Like
right,
I listen
right.
to them, I'm like, all right, shit that catches me. I'm like, yeah, that was dope. That was the way your cadence on it. Like
Yeah.
I could picture
I produced that track. That whole album was actually
Yeah?
the first album that I fully produced for myself.
it. That full. Oh, so that. Oh,
The
it's,
Alex album. Yeah, that's crazy that I didn't know that. That's like my favorite shit. That album.
All right. Next one goes. And if I fuck up a line, a word, let me know. Cause I be running this shit back like 3-4 times just to write it down.
You had the first one right.
All right. Real spit. I ain't got a word to say. My feathery friend, you're not a bird or a prey. These spineless cats got jelly in their vertebrae. We after glaciers of ice, God.
It's Word of Ray.
That's word to Ray. Remember the name of that one?
That's on the Let Go album. With Buck. That was the first project I did with Buck. Damn, what track
It's a
is
long
that?
ass title, that
Feathery
track.
Friend.
I'll give you a hint. It's a long ass title.
It's a long ass title.
The name of the song is a long ass title.
That's no, I know what it is. It's Under the Influence of Dark Angels.
Boom. You got it.
Nice. I like this segment.
Alright. Next one. Deep in the maze, I tear the walls down for better vision. Turn off your PCs and televisions. Nice off the top, even better writtens. The fella spitting an exorcism, a hell of wisdom.
That was hard.
Shit.
That was hard.
This is going back a few years. Fuck.
And that's actually one of my favorite tracks that you got.
I need to start listening to my old music some more, man.
wanna
That was-
try-
At
Say it
least
one more
once a
time?
year. I'll be
Want to
doing
say
that
one
shit.
more
At least
time?
once a year I listen to it.
Yeah.
One more time.
Fuck yeah. Spit it like I spit it.
Deep in the maze, I tear walls down for better vision. Turn off your PCs and televisions. Nice off the top, even better writtens. The fella spitting an exorcism, a hell of wisdom. I might have spit it like I would spit it.
Nah. I got the flow. I can't remember the song. That's crazy.
Flush.
That was on Flush.
From that Necessary
Yeah, that was on
album.
Necessary. Yeah.
I like that track. That track was fun. I like that track. Like that track just had an L fun feel to
Flush.
it.
Flush was all about flow. That
Uh-huh.
track was all about the flow.
That shit had a good feel to it. I like that.
I said some shit about why your rap suck like the Detroit Pistons. Dude. Jesus, man, that's just they finally got good this year. They finally got pretty good this year.
Right?
Shout outs to the Detroit
for a
Pistons.
long time.
Yeah.
After they won them chips, that's it. They went down the toilet. Flush. All right. Last one. This one you might get. This is more recent.
I hope so. Shit.
Done pay some dues, but always feel like I got a lot to prove. I chop the groove and rock it smooth. A diamond cutter dropping jewels.
Wordplay second nature. Breath of air, the respirator. Escalator, steady climbing. Mine is like a bed of razors.
You went off
Place
on
your
that.
bets and wages. Lex to keep it fresher than your leather gators. Serenade the street, the beat got hella flavor. Bumping heaven razor, return to the renaissance. I'm well informed. Reach out to Mag and Born, they never get it wrong. Until I'm dead and gone. The motive for each record is a better song. I leave them thinking, why can't we just get along? That's on John. And the name of that song is Jesus.
On the
I know
scene.
my features on the scene, yeah, featuring
we got
and my man Born Unique. Yes, sir.
You get full credit because he just spit the whole shit.
Oh, all right. Ding, 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 ding.
Dope, man. That right
Oh,
there.
wait. In honor of Figs, I got a bonus question.
Oh, word.
This bonus question here. If you got this right, you won the whole fucking Lamborghini we got for you outside.
Ooh. I got the keys with my keys are in my pocket over there.
It's an easy one, man.
What you got?
Yo, so check it out. You got to figure out what song this is
This is
from.
a bonus track.
Yo, you know I'm the best. Coming from Queens, yo, it's not a test. You know in the hood, they call me Lex.
What the fuck is this?
Live and direct.
Live and direct. That's is that KGR? Shit.
Nah, bro.
Yo, nah. I just made it up, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm like, I
That's the bonus.
That's the bonus. Ding,
That ain't me.
ding, ding. You got it, damn it.
Live and direct. I was about to just add on to it.
You kept going with it. Oh man, that was a fire bars with.
That right there is bars with Lex. What's the NYRE stand for?
New York Rhyme Exchange. It's a collective of a few groups back in the days, man. We was doing a lot of shows around the 2000, between like 2004 2008. But yeah, shout outs to Midnight Specialist, my man Shadow and Tay One. Shout outs to Zeps, who's relocated with his beautiful family in Stockton, California these days. Shout outs to my man Sway Jury and Amen Decay and Y. Shout outs to my brother Enoids and my people, Sinister Circle.
Who's in the building?
Yes, Enoids in the house. That's my blood brother, Enoids.
Nice.
And also Snake Eyes and Ra Ra Aguilar. And am I missing anybody else in the Rhyme Exchange? I think I got us all.
How many was a part of that?
It was really like 4 groups and 1 solo act. Or was it 4 groups or 3 groups and 1 solo act? Three groups and 1 solo act. We were collective more than anything. So like we were all doing our own things, but we would connect and really out of the studios when we used to call it Ultrasound Labs back in the days in Woodside on Queens Boulevard. My brother Enoy's spot, man. We used to have a lot of ill sessions in there, man. Rhyme Exchange was a fucking fun era.
That's dope.
But we still, we still talk and shit. You know what I'm saying? We got our group chat and all that these days. You know,
No, but
everybody's,
that's ill though. Like, that goes to show, like, people, you guys, you need people to feed off to make make yourself better, improve your craft.
That's steel sharp steel.
Yup, exactly. Shields. Oh man,
That's a good one. Man.
that's a Figs line right there. He always says that shit. And that shit, because that's the way, as we always pushed each other in that form. And anybody that we've always come around, that we clicked up with and became cool with, we just bounce, work off each other, trying to better each other, elevate each other, like, and that's something that you don't really see that much with people coming up. It's like everybody's like for themselves. And
Yeah, I mean, there's circles though everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I think that one thing that's consistent when it comes to just creative people in any regard, you know, whether you're creative as a musician or you're creative as somebody that just, you know, sits down and draws or whatever it is, you know, creates art to some degree. You know, like it's imperative that you're kind of bouncing ideas off of people instead of drawing inspiration from people, because that energy is necessary. Like,
you need it. You gotta have it.
How the community is kind of like it's not, you don't realize really how tight knit it is until you kind of find yourself in a couple of different places and you're seeing how the dots connect. But the reality is, like, you know, everybody feeds off of, you know, we're all driven towards a certain type of energy, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we find each other in the same places.
Yep.
I just think in general, even with some of the young kids, I mean, that's a different, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different, I don't see that scene. You know what I mean?
I honestly, and that's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. It's like, I don't honestly, like, I have a little cousin, you know, not in the hip hop genre. He's in the typical shit, the music shit, and he's young. He's 19. But I see him making moves. Like, he finds different people that are in, like, he plays, I think, like fucking 9 instruments.
Nice.
I think he's at 21.
Well, I don't know.
You talking about the one we had here?
Yeah, Tutu.
Yeah.
Tutu Sonido. Like, he's dope. But I see him, like, he's in Miami. He lives in Florida in Hialeah, but he connects with people out here in New York. He'll come out here for like a week, 2 weeks, link up with all these other artists that play instruments, and, you know, playing. They'll be going to, you know, playing parties, house parties, you know, clubs, little spots.
Dope.
You know,
he likes some chopped cheese.
He's a young kid, but he's a young kid. Like, and I see his group, like, in that genre. Like, I don't see that in the hip hop genre. Like, the young dudes, like, everybody's out for self. There's no community because everybody's like just trying to elevate themselves as opposed to motivate each other.
Yeah, I mean,
friendly competition is great.
Right.
And you don't, like, everybody's scared to compete.
That's always been something that's been prevalent in hip hop, though. The competitive edge to it. I think that you know, over the years, a lot of the wrong people kind of got their claws in hip hop in terms of like
definitely
in terms of like shifting what direction things should go in, and I think that's more from like that's very intentional. That's from like a top down sort of approach. But you know, I mean, what people do in the media is influential, and, you know, people buy into that shit. So I think that, you know, there's always kind of been that competitive edge with rap, no matter what. Where it's like, you know, I want to be able to show my chops. I want to be able to show that I'm nice. You know, I'm nice, you're whack, I'm this, you're that. You know, that's been a theme forever.
That's the beauty of it.
But and there's nothing wrong with that. Competitive makes everybody a little bit better.
Shit.
But as far as, like, you know, there have been dangerous pockets of that where you see people actually like losing their lives and shit. You know, it's unfortunate. But, you know, you got to be able to see through all that shit. I mean, I can't speak to what the young kids are really doing on their scene. From what I've seen when it comes to the youth, is that in many ways they do have their own version of their own community. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they definitely they just party a little different. You know what I mean?
And it's not to say, because there are some dope young artists out there that are really ill, like nice, and they really about, like, you know, they got the same trajectory that we came up on, but for the most part, it's like a majority got the wrong idea of what this culture is, what it means.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, like they painted a different picture for them, and a lot of people bought into it.
Yeah,
it's cutthroat.
Yep.
But, you know, I mean, for every 10 artists that ain't worth their salt, you know, there's one that really, you know, has an impact and makes a difference.
Yep. And those are the ones that'll come on the Hip Hop Advocate show.
Hey,
my nigga Rub could go on for days about this, and I've seen him and I heard him. Yo, Lex, I don't know if you know, but here in the Hip Hop Advocates, every time we got a show, every week we choose an album to present to the people so they could go and check out.
Cool.
And my man the Rub just so happens to be an album connoisseur. So what he does is that Yo, he goes through
He
the
named me
jungles.
that. He named it.
Yo, he goes through the jungles, of hip hop and to the New York City streets, and he's searching and he's looking for the best album to present to the people. Rup, you got anything for this week?
Absolutely. I mean, it's only right. We got Lex in the building. You know, he dropped the you know, he's got a new project coming. It'll probably be out by the time this drops. But the last project, John, that you dropped, I feel like definitely want to highlight on it. You got some ill there's something about it. Like I listening like to your whole catalog, like I said, you know, you talk you know, like from like a personal experience.
Right.
You hear it in your rhymes, and especially that project.
Yeah.
There's certain tracks on there that really like touch on your personal, like shit, just personal shit you dealt with. I feel like I got to know you listening to that even more than listening to the other stuff. You know, 'cause the older stuff has a, you know, as far as on like on a production level, has a real, like I said, laid back. There's like a lot of jazzy samples.
Right.
How many tracks did you produce any tracks on?
I produced the majority of that album actually. So John is the second part of a series, and I like that you said that you felt like you got to know me listening to the album, because really like that's the intention of that whole series. So John is actually sort of like a sequel. It's not like it wasn't the next album that came out right away, but it's in the same series as the Alex album.
Okay.
So the Alex album, that's my first name. Alex is you know what I'm saying, that's me. That's where Lex stems from. And you know, that was a very personal project. It was the first project that I fully produced myself. And then the next album in that series was John, which happens to be my middle name. So I produced everything except for one track. That other track was produced by my brother Enoids, who I actually managed to get my middle name from through my parents. So like basically when my mother was expecting my older brother, you know, he wanted you know, as he was a little kid, he wanted to see if my parents would name the baby after him, give him his same name. And they were like, nah, we won't do that, but they made the compromise to give me his middle name. So that's where John comes from. So John is both of our middle names. So he's got the other joint on.
That was gonna be one of my questions, like where the title, because I know your name Lex, Alex, right?
Yeah.
I figured, and you already had an album, so I was like, "What the fuck did John like? Who's John?"
Yeah, so John is actually the middle name. So this is the second in the series, and you know what we're planning on is to progress towards, you know, Acevedo is gonna be the last album. You know, that's my last name, and you know, get my brother involved with you know, we're gonna work on the production on that. That's something that we've been talking about for a while. We haven't started it yet, but we're gonna get to that. But yeah, John just came out also on vinyl earlier this year, and that's available through MinorityRulesENT.com. That's got 2 exclusive joints on it as well. So and one of those is produced by my brother Enoids, and the other one is produced by myself and features Fresh Daily. And yeah, man, I'm very proud of that project. Particularly, like what I wanted to do with that whole series was make music that sounded like me, like
Personal,
knowing,
like very personal.
yeah,
Personal touch too.
I mean, and you can hear it throughout, man. Like from the intro, you know, the Be Alright joint, that was dope. Hold It Down. Right, you got real personal, you know, about family
hold
shit.
It Down was during the pandemic, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
I remember you mentioned the FU on the track. I was
That's
like,
right.
Shit. When he was stuck, and he did 7, and he told me when he did 17 days, I think. He did an EP like, and he was like, yo, he just titled it like based on his time. He told us when he came in that he spent like a fucking 40 days out there, some shit like that.
Yeah. He was
When did shit start?
Right at the start of the pandemic.
Like right when it started, I remember him telling
Peru.
us that story.
Where was that? In Ecuador?
In Peru.
Peru. He's Peruvian. And he went there with his family on a family trip. He ended up getting stuck out there because the shit just kicked off when he got there.
Wow.
You remember telling us like
yeah, I think
that he had the whole fucking hotel to himself, and like one worker was there for him the whole time.
Wild shit.
Wow,
It was a
fucking
crazy
wild.
time. So yeah, I wrote that song maybe like 4 days into like the official lockdown.
Yeah.
It was just like, yo, shit is changing. You know what I mean?
Before our eyes, we didn't even fucking realize.
Yeah, it was, yeah, and we see how much has changed since then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the world is a little bit of a different place now.
Another track, ill. The next one after that, one of these days, you talk about a situation that happened with your mom.
Yeah. So my mother got she was subject to a hit and run, crossing the street after getting off the bus, and a bike was coming downhill right there by Donovan's in St. Sebastian, which we was talking about earlier. She ended up getting hit by a bike, and yeah, man.
Is she all right? I mean, your mom's good now?
No, God willing, she's good. Yeah. Thankfully, she was strong. She made it.
I'm telling you,
through,
like, I listened to him, like, I felt like I was fucking, like, listening to that, like,
I was wilding out. That
Part of
day.
the family?
That was a hard
I
day.
mean, I felt like I
Niggas part of the
experienced
family.
it with y'all, like, and then, you know, you even talk about your aunt there, like, Teresa Acevedo. I wrote it down because I'm like, yo,
She passed away
you know,
not
that's
long
just,
after
like,
that.
I'm a family man. Like, my aunts to me, my aunts is like my brothers, especially the ones that I grew up around my whole life. The way I felt like you was talking about her, like they're like, and just you know, the giving as she was, type of person she was, like that shit reminded me of my fucking. That shit was deep.
Yeah, no, and she was, you know, that was my rest in peace to Teresa, Tia Teresa. She was, you know, that was my aunt in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know, like I really, you know, like
Not to get you emotional. I'm
No,
trying to
I'm
get emotional.
good. I mean, it's been a little time, but yeah,
I heard that shit. I'm like, yo, nah, I felt that. Like, there's that whole track. I was digging it because I love shit like that.
She was a caregiver, you know. So I just wanted to acknowledge. You know,
That's
that.
dope, man. That's dope. That's dope. And then just laying it up, you know, some of the other tracks, the Time Like, that was dope on the scene. And then honestly, like my favorite, like the fun track was Ay Ay Ay.
Nice, yeah.
That was like a fun track on it. That was like a rhyming track.
Some upbeat shit.
Yeah, it was like more upbeat.
That's for the B-boys.
That's a performance shit right there. That's what
I have performed that a few times. Yeah,
that's just dope. I like that one right there. But yeah, man, that John project is dope, man.
Thank
man,
you.
Lex got it.
Got that vinyl.
That's just the last one, and
Real
get
Estate.
that vinyl right there. Right, what was the name of that? Real Estate.
Real Estate with my man Buck. Yep. So yeah, both John and Real Estate dropped last year, digital and CD. Both dropped this year on vinyl. So
dope.
Whew.
A lot more where that came from.
Facts. It was great having you on.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine.
We're excited that you came over here and Rob, this has been a fucking great episode.
Hell yeah.
We learned a lot. We still got to show all of that.
It's memorable. It's memorable, and we finally made it happen, right?
Indeed. Well, thank y'all for that.
Tap in with Lex. Yo, Lex, where can they find you?
They can find me on Lex NYRE everywhere. That's my handle pretty much everywhere. On Twitter, I believe it's Lex718. I'm never on Twitter. Shit is X now, whatever. But
And then Minority Rules.
Rules
ENT.
and ENT. That's where you could grab the vinyl. Not only for myself, also some music from my New York Rhyme Exchange brother Sway Jury. Some music from Starvin' B, you know what I'm saying? Minority Rules Entertainment has put out some dope projects, so definitely check that out. LexNYRE.bandcamp.com. That's where you're going to find the majority of my back catalog, and just look up LEX NYRE on Spotify, on Apple Music, wherever it is that you consume music, look for it, it's there.
Y'all heard it here.
Bang.
And we are the Hip Hop Advocates on every platform. That's it, baby. See you next time.
We here, baby.
I think the most understated phrase is the good die young. It just be way too true. It's too real, Lord. The words nothing short of masterful. Brought the spirit of the avenue. They try to smear your character for doing what you had to do. Like once you gain success, you should abandon from the land you grew. I tip my hat to you for always standing true. Tap the bottle, twist the cap, proceed to pass a brew. A swig upon the ground is how we bound to give our dap to you. Spray a mural on the wall for those that's passing through. A pessimist that's starting to realize the glass is halfway full. Drag a pull up off this cone that I done packed with gas and turn turn your records up a little louder in your aftermath. Have to blast them towards the heavens to reciprocate the shit you say may be taken for granted as you live today. See, I won't give away the secrets to the recipe, but soaking in the wisdom of the greats create the best of me. No less of me when I'm inspired by the treasury, empowered by the wealth of utter brilliance I've been blessed to see. Separately from all this wonderment you left us with, extend my sympathies. I pray your family reap the benefits. More than music, there was honor in your etiquette, a priceless attribute when you combine it with a clever wit. It's like you never get the roses till your spirit rise. Epitomize the value of your truth because they're living lies. Legitimize that they can see the hunger in your eyes. Your life is hard, but while you're living, no one sympathize. It's like you gotta lose something you have to know it's worth. Time flies, try not to blink as children grow in spurts. Roam the earth, steady reaping what we sow in dirt. Keeping grounded be the motive, dig your toes in turf. Show it first if it's something you intend to prove. Wanna win, you gotta be prepared to bend the rules. Jot a message, hit record, that's how I send it through. What you're willing to invest begins and ends with you. Appreciate the gifts you shared with us. Your spirit lives within the lyrics cause you cared enough. And I just wanna thank you for that. Word up. It means something to me, Lord.